Hello everybody, I am Nate here with your Notorious News update today. Join me for the next few minutes as I bring you a roundup of the latest news from this week. Okay, first and recently in Lake Champlain in the US, the lake trout population has been successfully restored. Through control of invasive species, scientists have allowed a self-sustaining lake trout population to return after 50 years. Great news. Okay, next, and a miniature dachshund has been rescued in Australia after surviving 529 days on its own in the wild. Valerie the dog went missing in 2023 and it survived alone in the wilderness for almost 1.5 years. Her owners were so happy to see her again, saying it's a miracle she survived so long on her own. Well, rescuers say that she must have entered lost dog syndrome and relied on her instincts to find food and avoid being eaten herself by predators. Next, and last month was the sunniest April on record in the UK, with 47% more hours of sunshine than usual for this time of year. Since records began in 1884, it's the sunniest ever April in the UK and the third warmest April. As well as this, the UK also recorded the hottest 1st of May in records with 28 degrees Celsius at Kew Garden in London and 29.1 degrees Celsius in Surrey. Next, and a citywide reusable cup campaign program in California was proven to be successful recently. The experiment allowed customers to use and return reusable cups at restaurants and cafes. Over 220,000 cups were used and returned. This is good for the environment because single-use cups are very damaging. 50 billion disposable cups are used in the US annually, which this campaign is proving to not happen, and that we don't need disposable cups and we should be using reusable cups instead. Next, and Pegleg Bennett from Cornwall here in England has managed some of the world's biggest waves to conquer, despite only having one leg. Bennett had his foot amputated at just 13 months old. However, he learned to surf using a prosthetic leg and now uses a carbon fibre and titanium fake leg. He has surfed huge waves in Indonesia, Australia, Portugal and the Arctic Circle, as well as representing Team GB. It shows that disabilities do not hold back people's passions.
To have my foot amputated at 13 months old, which, Mum, I'm very glad you did. I've had a life I never would have had. Thank you very much. I learned to surf on one leg and a stump. I harassed the NHS and eventually got a beach activity leg, as they called it. And they're really heavy. It had a solid rubber foot on it. Basically got the Black & Decker out and drilled my own holes in it. Just let the water and the pressure out. And my surfing just progressed from there. I was adaptive surfing before it was a thing. Yeah. I was just out there, you know, I was just surfing. I'm an ADHD Gen Xer. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. They become lighter, more usable. You know, I've got a titanium ankle joint now in the one that I use, so the foot sits flat, I'm no longer on the heel. And that, on power in my turns and stuff like that, has just, again, increased my surfing ability and skill to another level. As an older guy now, I'm kind of finding my limits and my mortality, shall we say. You know, I might be in there body surfing, but nothing's going to keep me out of the ocean.
Next, and home furnishings chain IKEA has opened a new store this week in London. The store spans 3 floors and 62,000 square feet and is located in a Grade 2 listed building. 3,500 items will be available in the store. This will be the first city centre IKEA store in the UK. Okay, don't go anywhere, we've still got plenty to bring you today, including we'll have what you need to know about the sea lion that bobs to a beat in music, and the 2 astronauts Okay, but next, and this week, tourists were left panicked after the London Eye broke down mid-cycle on the hottest day of the year. Engineers had to solve the issue after the wheel stopped still mid-cycle. Passengers were left stuck inside the attraction while it was fixed. There have been reports of it being sweltering heat inside the glass capsules while it was being fixed. So as well as being stuck in the capsules, which some people wouldn't like because of heights, it was also very hot in the capsules as well. Take a look.
Our engineers are in attendance and we hope to resume landing shortly.
Okay, next, and a sea lion has recently proved that humans are not the only ones that can bob to music. Ronan the sea lion was recently tested to see her ability. She managed to easily bob her head to different beats, sometimes better than humans. Her favourite song is Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind and Fire, and sometimes she was able to bob to the beat within just 15 milliseconds of the beat, which is absolutely incredible. Next, and Anne McLean and Nicole Ayers, NASA astronauts, have recently completed the 5th ever all-female spacewalk this week. The duo's spacewalk lasted for 6.5 hours. It marks 6 years since McLean was not able to do the first ever all-female spacewalk due to an issue. Okay, and that is all from me for now. Thanks very much for joining me today here at Shortest Team. If you haven't already, you can head over to our website and also the WhatsApp channel by clicking the links in the description below. And you can also find out lots more by browsing